definitely. The Constitution does not define what constitutes enemy aliens. But my own interpretation would be like if somebody is involved in espionage, for example, that may be a crime against the state.
That sounds a bit
exactly. So, but not for some other categories of crime that may either be a felony or even a misdemeanor. And then there is another exception to that section where the detention is done by law that is duly passed, which permits such a detention. But such should not exceed a period of 6 months, and otherwise it has to be renewed by the order of an appropriate body. Now, we are not told from all this that those procedures have been followed. So if those procedures have not been followed, clearly, even from the point of view of the Constitution of India, there is a violation. Again, if you go to international law, India is a party to a number of human rights instruments, one of which is relevant here, which is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Article 13 of that covenant, which was adopted in 1966, deals with aliens, deportation of aliens. And although it specifies lawful aliens who probably have been alleged of commission of a crime or anything, the state has a right to express such an alien, but it must follow due process. That liberty must be respected, that security must be respected, and then they are entitled to seek an opinion of a court to challenge the reason for that possible detention or even expulsion from the country. That may not apply to this situation if they are not lawful aliens here, but whatever be the case, international law will not permit India to treat anybody, whether Nigerian or non-Nigerian, in a way that violates our human rights.
Well, because I've been in constant contact with this young man, one of them especially Abiodun, who's been giving me feedback on what's been going on in the camp and so on. And he's been saying that, okay, there are other foreigners who've been coming into the camp, and within 2-3 days, they're set free. The last time they saw any official from the Nigerian High Commission was probably months ago. They've been trying to reach the High Commission and there's been no response whatsoever. But I think what I really want to ask is, I mean, in this case now, they have obviously violated even their own laws. They've violated international laws. But it doesn't change anything for this young man because they're still there. So what do they do now?
Well, there are two possibilities, which is, one is to engage a legal representation, which would take up their cause and seek for reasonable explanation. There are so many things that a legal representative can do in court, one of which would be to ask them to produce through what is called habeas corpus, to produce in court to produce reason why they should not be released. But the other is through diplomatic channels, which is where the Nigerian government should come in. Well, from the report, it appears that they are doing some preliminary contacts, but we don't know how far the Nigerian government has gone. I know that, as a matter of fact, that Nigeria has diplomatic bilateral relations with India. There is an embassy of Nigeria in India, just as there is an embassy of India in Nigeria. And one of the easiest way of getting this in resolved is for the foreign office here in Nigeria to probably get in touch with the relevant Indian embassy in Nigeria to find out the details of this matter and probably see how they can proceed from there. But even there in India, the Nigerian embassy will also have to use their diplomatic channels. I don't know how far they have gone with that. But of course, from past experiences, you've also found out that there are a number of Nigerians suffering elsewhere, even in other countries. And oftentimes, you will expect that the Nigerian government will protect them, because every alien that is a Nigerian who is resident in another country for whatever purpose is actually a Nigerian, is to be protected by the Nigerian government. That's one of the reasons why those embassies are functioning, and they are being paid by taxpayers. So an injury to an alien is actually an injury to his own country where he hails from. So one will expect that the Nigerian government should do more. If the facts as presented are correct, we expect that the Nigerian government should do more to get that released or to get that trial, and if they are found guilty, the conviction should follow.
What is the legality of owning camps like this? I mean, because the Nsongura detention camp, I've seen protests online, people asking that it be shut down. Obviously, conditions there are not, conducive. I've seen pictures of the camp itself, the recent ones that Biodun sent to me, and the ones I've seen online. That camp is a humanitarian disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, oftentimes those camps are meant to be temporary situations where your status is determined within a reasonable period of time. It's not a matter of weeks, or months. It should be questions of weeks, and then your status will be determined. Some people go over to other countries and seek asylum. Some may be refugees because of a crisis, maybe a conflict in some other countries. Some may be for other reasons. So normally, oftentimes they are held in certain camps like that. But if you